Forza Horizon 6 on the Arc B580. You can see the Intel reference version of the GPU, paired up with the i5 400F and 32 GB of DDR4 memory running at 3200 MHz. Let's see how it performs. If you guys want to check out the RTX 5080 video, it's going to be up here. So let's get into the video. We are in the game, and as usual, I'm going to start it off on 4K. You can see right here, and using TAA. So like NVIDIA GPUs, we don't have any DLA option, so no native option on the upscaling. You know, for XESS, there's like only upscaling options from quality mode. So there's no native anti-aliasing for XESS. So I'm just going to keep it on TAA, all right? And the graphics, setting it to extreme without any ray tracing for now. So let's see. Since this is native TAA, I'm kind of curious to see how it's going to be. So we're getting 52 FPS on extreme settings. Are you kidding me? Wow. Okay, that's much better than I expected. 50 FPS with maxed out like extreme settings without ray tracing on native 4K with a B580. That is insane, guys. It shows you how well optimized this game is. And look at the frame time graph. It is pretty stable. Oh hell no! Wow, that was a big stutter right there, but I guess it's because you know, I haven't what is this? Come on. Alright, back on the road again. I think it's the stutter was mainly because, you know, we're just loading up new area that I haven't discovered yet. It might be the reason, but yeah guys, 44 FPS, like 40 to 50 FPS without any upscaling whatsoever. Man, this is insane. Okay, so not a bad start at all on 4K settings. I mean, it's definitely without ray tracing, so there's that. I don't think turning on ray tracing on the B580 on 4K is a good idea, so I'm just gonna keep it off. But everything else, extreme, seems to be good. Now just let's use some upscaling to ultra quality, maybe like ultra quality, you know, not ultra quality plus, just ultra quality. Should give us a better frame rate, I believe. So we're using 10 GB of VRAM right here. You can see 9.5 GB used out of the 12 GB. So on quality preset, you can get close to 60 FPS. Still not enough to get a 60, but you know, this is pretty good. 58 FPS. Not even mad. On 4K, this is absolutely playable, and the picture quality still looks pretty good on an OLED monitor. So yeah, man, so far looking pretty good. See, now like in certain places, I think we can get 60 FPS easily using more than 10 GB of VRAM though. So yeah, it definitely requires a lot of VRAM to play this game smoothly. So on 8 GB cards, it might be a little bit tough, but since this GPU has 12 GB, it's making things much easier to run. 51. So I think like inside of these city areas, it's gonna drop down below 60 because of a lot of lights and everything. It's extreme settings, so it's also another reason. So I'm gonna see if dropping it down to just quality is gonna get a 60 FPS. Not really. 57, not quite 60 though. So on quality upscaling, man, this is not gonna be enough for 60 FPS gameplay, smooth 60 FPS. Guys, think it's gonna be the best way to play it. And man, just look at this game. This just looks so beautiful. 51 FPS is what you can get inside the city area. Might be different outside, but inside here, it's only like 57 something FPS, which is again not bad for a $250 GPU. Not mad at all. Actually, this is impressive. This shows you how well optimized this game is. This is extreme settings. You know, the maximum you can go without ray tracing. And on balance settings, yeah, now we are going to be about 60 FPS pretty much. So if you're getting 60 inside the city, pretty much sure you can get more than 60 outside the city, you know. Yeah, so looking really good, running really well as well. I'm not seeing any stutters or anything except that one big stutter that we had over there, but other than that, man, it is running pretty flawlessly. I mean, even like barely getting 60 FPS is pretty fine, to be honest. It's a racing game, you know, you don't expect a lot of FPS, you don't need a lot of FPS anyways. See, so like outside the city you can get more than 60 easily, 66. So it depends where you are. If I'm going back in here again and change it to performance mode, so now we're like upscale from 1080p to 4K, and that's gonna get us all the way to 67, which is again really good. And if you're ever playing a Forza Horizon 6 with the B580 on 4K, I suggest going to performance mode, because performance mode gives you more than 60 FPS consistently, I'm pretty sure. You know, that's like the recommended way to play any game on 4K with a mid-range GPU to get the best performance out of it. You know, still looks pretty sharp. I don't see any issues, like everything looks pretty sharp from what I can see so far. If you just stop and look, you might be able to find some abnormalities, but not really that much, you know what I mean? So yeah guys, 64 FPS you can see right there on performance mode on extreme settings. Really nice. I don't think we have frame gen option available in the game, so I am not sure about that. There is no option for frame gen. Okay, I wonder if it's going to be the same thing for... Oh, never mind, we actually had Intel XeSS anti-aliasing. Okay, alright, let's see how that's going to be. Man, I'm so blind, I didn't even see that. I just read past that. Okay, let me see the native performance. So now it's more than 10 GB, almost maxing out the GPU then. So is that better than TAA? No. Intel XeSS native and anti-aliasing is way more demanding than actual TAA. You can see that, getting 40 FPS barely. But with TAA we're getting like what, 60 FPS almost, like almost 50 something FPS. So this is more intensive, confirmed. It's good to see. So now that I'm aware that Intel XeSS anti-aliasing is available, I'm gonna use this instead of TAA. It looks much more sharper, you know. So pretty good to see. What the hell is that? Like a collectible? What is this? Oh yeah, it is.
You found a mascot.
My first collectible. Ooh. Fireworks. Okay, so that's native anti-aliasing performance. Again, expected. So I don't think there's any way to... Let me just check it again if there's any frame gen option available. There should be. Intel has frame gen on pretty much everything, but so I don't see anything though. So I don't know guys, I don't think we have a frame gen option available in the game. I think the frame gen option is only available on Nvidia cards. Might be available on AMD as well, I don't know, I had to check it out. So stay tuned for the 9060 XT performance benchmark pretty soon in the channel. But yeah, I don't think it's available, but on Nvidia it's definitely there. So I think that's enough for... Oh wait, before I go to 1440p, let me see ultra settings. That significantly reduces the VRAM usage to 8.7 GB. And go back to Intel XeSS anti-aliasing. Save that. So this ultra settings didn't change a lot. It's still at 48 FPS, almost 50. Actually, we did gain like 8 FPS more. Okay. I mean, that's not bad, you know, ultra settings. Still looking pretty good. And again, I don't see a big difference. Maybe because it's during nighttime, maybe in the morning, it's gonna look way better. I don't know. But yeah, for now, ooh, another collectible. 53 FPS, you definitely gain a little bit of FPS out of it. Okay, good to see that. Just curious to see what settings will actually take it to get us to like proper 60 FPS without using any upscaling, maybe high settings. Using almost 8 GB of VRAM right here. And yeah, on high settings, now it's like 60 FPS without any upscaling. And again, this is 64, barely getting 60 FPS. In the outside area, it might be different in the city. Once again, so yeah, you can play it on high settings, guys, on 4K. And again, this is a B580. Nobody's gonna play it on 4K just to test things out. Solid performance, I might say. Like for me, if I were to play this game on 4K with this card, I would just play it on extreme settings and use DLSS performance. I mean, not DLSS, XeSS performance, and just stick to that, you know. Because why not? The difference is pretty minimal, man. Just look at the lighting and stuff. It still looks pretty great on high settings. So that's all you need to see. So just going to high settings is gonna be enough for getting a proper 60 FPS. So now let's move on to 1440p. You can see now we're on 1440p again. I'm gonna use Intel XeSS anti-aliasing again, native, and then extreme settings. Just want to see how it's gonna be. Okay, so let's go back. And look at that. 70 FPS off the bat on 1440p without any upscaling on extreme settings. It shows you how optimized this game is, man. Now, 1440p is like the perfect ballpark for the B580, and seeing this type of performance over here is absolutely incredible. So even without any upscaling, you can get 60 FPS. So B580 users, go ham with this game. Max it up, man. Max the game up. It's gonna be super playable. 70 FPS. Wow, amazing. So unless you're playing it on 4K, there's no need to even use any upscaling. Just keep it on native anti-aliasing and you're gonna have a lot of fun. No issues whatsoever. Just look at that. I'm gonna use some inside view. Yeah, this is a sports car, man. The Mercedes. Wow. I wish I had a steering wheel. But yeah, 68 FPS. Absolutely incredible. Without any upscaling. This makes me wonder, what if I enable some ray tracing? So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go to graphics and go to high extreme RT. Might be a little too much though, but let's see. I think you need more than 10 GB of VRAM, actually, like at least 12 GB of VRAM to pull this off, but let's see. I'm going to trust the B580 right here, And as you guys can see, now we are like over the VRAM limit. We're like maxing out the GPU. You can see it's on the red. So extreme RT might be way too much for the tiny B580 to handle. And oh my goodness, low video memory warning, of course. Now, this is exactly why I didn't want to test it out on 4K. And now you guys see, it's unplayable, 15 FPS. But man, the game just looks infinitely better. Having it turned off to turn on is like a totally different visual experience. But yeah, 15 FPS, man. So extreme RT, not a good idea. I don't think even with the upscaling it's gonna make it playable. And again, on 1440p, the max I would suggest going for upscaling is gonna be like quality mode. And go to quality. Thing is, like, we're still kind of maxing out the GPU, so no matter what you do with that, it's not going to be enough for a smooth experience. Like right here you can see we're only getting 21 and using 12 point something GB of VRAM, so not going to be a good experience, guys. But man, the game just looks so good. Okay, now we're like boosting up to 26, but again, not going to be worth it. So extreme RT is just off the limits for this card, unfortunately. But again, that's asking for way too much on a card like this. Maybe on 1080p with some upscaling we might be able to pull it off, but on 1440p it's a little too much. Maybe on high ray tracing might be able to play. Let's see. Okay, on high ray tracing now we can get pretty high performance. Okay, now it looks way better with 113 FPS. Okay, I like that. So it is possible to play the game with ray tracing, but only on high ray tracing. So I think high ray tracing means you're on high preset and then enabling ray tracing. So since we were getting 60 plus FPS on high, on 4K, on native settings, this is pretty much makes sense. So since we're getting 100 FPS over here, again it's on quality mode, I'm pretty sure we can get better on ultra. So as long as you're not going to extreme ray tracing, ultra ray tracing should be good. And what if I just use a native resolution? That'd be way too much. I think it might be a little too much. See, now we're getting only 55 FPS on native 1440p with ultra ray tracing. And again, to me this is totally playable. It's a racing game, but for people who are not satisfied with this, might need to use a little bit of upscaling. So I'm just gonna try going to ultra quality plus. Let's see. And there you have it, 67 FPS. Okay, so no complaints whatsoever, 68 FPS over here. But now you can see look at the trees. It's way too grainy for some reason. See that? I don't know if it's the ray tracing effects problem, but the trees look kinda muddy. Look at that. It's way too grainy. I think it's a ray tracing effect, man. I'm not sure. Yeah, that doesn't look good. I'm not gonna lie, that does not look good. That's the only thing that I've seen so far that looks kinda terrible. But again, if you're going like 150 miles an hour, you're probably not gonna notice it. But if you stop and look around, then you're gonna see that. Oh man, this game still looks really beautiful. So yeah, I mean, ultra ray tracing is definitely possible with a slight help of upscaling on 1440p. So I don't think I need to show you guys anything further on 1440p. It is totally playable. Now let's move on to 1080p. Pretty sure we can max it out. Let's see. Alright guys, so while changing the settings from 1440p to 1080p, the game just crashed. So I had to restart. So I'm on 1080p now. You can see we are back on. I'm going to use native settings. Okay. And graphics and performance, ultra ray tracing. I'm just going to try extreme ray tracing. Again, might be a little too much. But since this is 1080p, we might be having enough headroom to push it, you know, and not get VRAM bottlenecked. So you can see we're only using 10 GB right now, instead of just maxing it out like we had on 1440p. So actually, wow, with extreme ray tracing on 1080p, you can get 58 FPS. That's insane. Actually 60 FPS. This is crazy, guys. So if you're on a 1080p monitor with a B580, you can pretty much just max the game out, man. And it looks amazing. Wow. This is so good. I was not expecting this at all. The car just looks beautiful. 51 FPS inside the city area. So inside the city is going to be a little too intensive. But other than that, if you're outside, it's going to be pretty playable. See, now it's like dropping down to the 40s. So like I said, inside the city is going to be intensive, but outside, super playable. You know? Wow. I was not expecting this at all, guys, on 1080p. So this is with extreme ray tracing. It shows you how good this card actually is, even for ray tracing, you know what I mean? So I'm going to use some upscaling. I'm going to use ultra quality. Might be able to get us to 60. Or maybe quality mode, you know, instead of ultra quality. And there you have it. 60 FPS. Wow, without any like significant visual degradation. I mean, it looks slightly blurry here and there, but man, on maxed out settings, I'll take it on 1080p. I can't be mad at all. 63 FPS, just lock the FPS to 60 and then bam, up to 70 FPS outside city. So I'm taking this as a W. But you can see the cars and everything is popping in. They're like far away. I think it's just the game's issue, you know. Yeah, man, for a racing game, this is absolutely phenomenal. I'm gonna do a little bit of cockpit view right here to see if that's affecting. Oh, that was a big stutter right there, but again, not bothered at all. It's totally playable. Even on a 4K monitor, it looks pretty good. So on a 1080p monitor, it's gonna be way better. But yeah, guys, this is amazing. 60 FPS inside the city. So I'm gonna play it like this on a 1080p monitor if I had the B580. You can see we are like using around 60% of the CPU as well. But we are like still pretty much maxing out the GPU, so it doesn't matter. We're not bottlenecked by the CPU here whatsoever. But yeah, if you turn off ray tracing and just keep it to extreme, it's gonna be way better. So I'm gonna just go back to native anti-aliasing with XeSS. Try that. And now we can get 80 FPS. So if you don't care about ray tracing, and there you go. Instantly 80 FPS. And now it looks even more sharper. Actually 95, almost 100 FPS. So 1080p monitors, you can easily run this game without any issues. Don't even go down to any ultra settings or anything. Just keep it to extreme. Have a blast, man. And I keep forgetting we're on the left side of the road here in Japan. Damn it. Alright, so that's pretty much sums up the video, man. I don't think I need to show you guys anything further. It's like a totally amazing experience. You're on 1080p or 4K. You can make this game playable on high settings. So 1080p, it's a breeze. 95 on extreme settings. This is absolutely amazing. So yeah, that's Forza Horizon 6 on the B580. If you are deciding whether to buy the game or not, if you have a B580, just you saw it for yourself. Go ahead and buy it. It's gonna be totally worth it if you're into racing games and everything. So yeah, that'll be it, guys. Thumbs up. Really great performance. Really well optimized game. Beautiful looking game as well. So that's gonna be it. That's Forza Horizon 6 on the B580. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more benchmarks. Well, I'm gonna be testing a lot more GPUs on this thing, so stay tuned. Hope you guys find a great time wherever you are. Catch you guys in the next one. Just take it easy and peace out.